So I'm a professional comedian. That's what I do for a living. It's a great job. The only bad part, I actually pay more for life insurance than you guys. That's my broker why I was. An entertainer is 1,000 times more likely to die in a plane crash than the average person. Now, granted, we fly 10 times more, but that's still way out of whack. You know? I think it's our fault. It's more likely the pilots. So you guys are in a band, huh? Do I know any of your songs? Look out for the mountain. No, I don't know that one. How's it going? That's a lot of screaming. Is it a heavy metal song? I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid of how you'll die. Dying by fire, dying by drowning. I think the worst way to die got to be dying by alcohol poisoning. Because you wake up dead. With the worst hangover ever. Then you got to walk toward the bright light. My last European tour, I got to work in Germany. I got married 4 years ago. I married into a German family. So I was curious to see what it's like. It's a very cool culture, but a very guttural language, German. Like in English, we say fuck. In French, papillon. In German, like a little butterfly with machine guns. In English, I love you. In French, je t'aime. In German, ich liebe dich. German men just scare their women into bed. Okay, I'll sleep with you, just don't talk to me. Before I married into a German family, the only thing I knew about the German culture was what I saw in those old black and white World War II films. Not exactly the most positive portrayal. My wife's grandfather owns a smoke shop. I like to go in and order loose tobacco just to hear him say, "Papers?" My wife is a feminist. I have a lot of feminist leanings myself, but I had an old-fashioned notion growing up. I'd sort of like my wife to have my name. As soon as she said she was keeping her own name, I didn't argue it. There isn't a single good argument in your favor. Am I property? No. Am I chattel? No. Well, why should I take your identity? Give you $10. The kids have my name, though. That way kids come up, "Daddy, why does Mommy have a different last name than us?" I said, "Well, because Mommy doesn't really love us." She got her own name she could take off anytime she wants. Look, she might not be here tomorrow. My wife took me camping out in Banff, you know. Banff is really cool. You pay your money to go in, but after they take your money, they give you this pamphlet, this Beware of Bears pamphlet. I go, "What's this about?" I said, "Lots of people get mauled by bears. Can I have my money back?" They go, "Oh, Simon, don't worry, most people don't die from the bears." What do most people die from? Most people fall off the trail. I go, "How wide are these trails?" They go, "Great, just wide enough for me and a bear." They go, "Bears mainly only eat nuts and honey." Of course, this is the one morning I had granola for breakfast. And my wife got mad at me because she read the warning on the back. She said, "Listen to this, Wim. Warning, bears attack women twice as frequently as men because bears are attracted to women on their menstrual cycle." Bears are attracted to women on their menstrual cycle? Brave bear. I don't mean that in any sort of sexist way. I truly don't, but I have lived my life. Thinking 1,000-pound grizzly, 120-pound woman with cramps. Pretty much a fair fight. Matter of fact, I'll put my money on her because I know the bear can't stay mad for 5 days. Speaking of unwinnable arguments, I had a huge fight with my daughter's nursery school principal because my daughter loves peanut butter, but she said she can't eat it anymore. I said, "Well, we won't send peanut products to school with her." She said, "No, she can't even eat it at home because it's in her system." And she could, at school, cough on her hand and then touch a doorknob. And another kid might touch that doorknob, put their hand in their mouth, and they could seizure. Now, I don't mean that sound insensitive, but if your kid can't be around any other kid that's had peanut butter in the last 48 hours, your kid's not going to make it. How do you do this now before you get too attached? You guys doing great. I'm Simon Big Cotter. Thank you.